Yo, what is up everybody? Jump in here, and today I am back on some Dark Souls. In this episode we are going to the Duke's Archives to fight Seath the Scaleless, and hopefully we can chop off his tail and get the Moonlight Greatsword. Now chopping off his tail can be kind of tricky. There's a lot of things you can do to make it a lot easier. Primarily just summoning someone for co-op. If you have some co-op help, one person can distract him in the front, the other person can sneak up behind him and chop off his tail for you. Now the problem with doing that though, unless you're playing with a friend, you might want to send the person you summon a message letting them know that you want to get the tail. Because the worst thing that can happen to you if you're trying to get that Moonlight Greatsword for your build, then what happens if you don't get it? You need to go to New Game Plus? You need to maybe start over from scratch? You don't want that to happen. So, I don't know if I'm going to summon anyone. If I can, I might. But if I do, I probably will send them a message because I do not want that happening to me. Now, generally what I do is when I play co-op in the Duke's Archives, which is probably one of my favorite places to throw down my summon sign and help people out. Because I know how annoying it can be, first of all, fighting Seath. A lot of people, if they're new to the game, they definitely have trouble with Seath. And he's a scary boss. He's a giant ice dragon. He can curse you. Oh my god. He can curse you guys. Super scary. But, you know, I do like to help people out. So what I do is when I get summoned into their world, I'll send them a message and I'll ask them, do you want the tail? And I'll see what they say. And if they do want the tail, then I might go as far to send them a private chat invite just to help walk them through what I think we should be doing to make sure that that happens. Alright, so we need to fight these iron boars. They can drop their helmets. I think that you're guaranteed to get the helmet now, as long as you kill all three of them throughout the game. The first one we skipped, that was at the Undead Parish. We took the shortcut, and if you want to like get through that gate, you need to skip this guy. You can always come back to him and kill him, which is something I normally do. Now these hallways, oh man, oh wow, that was a super delay. Alright, come on. Ugh, got him. Alrighty. Now, a lot has changed since our last episode. There's the helmet. But yes, a lot has changed. I've leveled up quite a bit. I went to the forest, I did some PvP. I didn't really want to show it because I was such a low level. I was only level 40. That having people invade my world, it took a long time. So I was sitting there sometimes for 5-10 minutes waiting for someone to invade so I can fight them. But yeah, so I was able to do that and level up quite a bit. I think I got to 67. And I was able to get my intelligence all the way up to 40. So that's great if I can get the Moonlight Greatsword. That also means that I can now use spells like Soul Spear and Homing Soul Mass. And I think I can even use Crystal Soul Mass if I can afford it. Alright, I really don't like these crystal enemies. They can destroy you. Very annoying enemies in the game. This part especially because we're about to fight one of the channelers. He's like the wizard dude, and he will buff these enemies. So once they're buffed, yeah, they can like two-shot you. Oh crap, I need to back up and two-hand or spear. Alright, I'm gonna chill here for a second because sometimes another enemy will come. I'm gonna let him shoot and I'm gonna rush him. Let's get him. No. Gee, headshot at me, asshole. Wow, he has a lot of magic defense. Asshole, he got away. Alright, well, it's whatever. We still have our great combustion, so you need to be careful because these guys are still buffed and they can still like one-shot you. The buff lasts probably like 20-30 seconds and then it goes away. Ow. But even when they're unbuffed, they still do a lot of damage. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up. And now we can grab the Soul of the Brave Warrior. Here comes the dude. Maybe he's out of spells. I don't even know if that's possible. Can he run out of spells? I'm surprised he came down here to chase me. Alright, the archers are pretty weak. They have less HP than the warrior ones. Because you have to two hit those dudes. And, oh, look at that headshot damage. Oh my god. See, the thing is about these guys... Ow! Look at that. The thing about these guys is that they're using crystal weapons. And crystal weapons are super strong. Now, I don't think there's a chest over there. That would probably waste time. I'm pretty confident there's no chest on that side. There is a mimic chest up here, which has killed me in the past. When I say in the past, I really mean like kind of recently. I was thinking like, oh wait, that's a mimic chest. You know, let me be careful. And then when I got up here, I think I was in a party chat or maybe a private chat. And when I got up here, I was like so distracted by talking to my buddy that I kind of forgot that this guy's a mimic chest. Let's go ahead and deal with him. Now you can loot these bodies, but you can only get so many items from them. And if you just sit there and you just keep looting them over and over again, you're going to get so many crystal straight swords that you won't even know what to do with them. And the worst thing is that if you try to feed those items to Framp, then I think it's only one soul you can get. So it's kind of like a total waste. Once you have one crystal straight sword, I think you're good. But of course, I guess you can always get more because it is a pretty powerful weapon. Alright, so let's go ahead and come up here. Now you can actually skip this first boss battle. I'm not going to do it because you got to realize this is not intended to be like a speed run. If you don't care about your file, like if you're just trying to beat the game really quickly, then yeah, do the trick where you jump off. And I don't know. I don't even think I've ever actually done it once before. Oh crap. Let's go ahead and parry this dude. Come on. The NPCs, if you can't tell, are really easy to parry. Alright, you don't really get anything for killing them. There is a bug here. Let's hope I didn't miss it. Alright, let's try to hit it. Oh, wow. Took 2 hits to do it. But hey, we got 2 Twinkling Titanites. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and now fight Seath. Definitely recommend putting on a rare ring of sacrifice so that you will not be cursed, or you won't lose any of your souls or humanities, because he has to kill you. There's no way you can kill him here. So what I just do is I just stand here, let him kill me. I think the problem is that, see, he has a crystal. It's I think it's called the Primordial Crystal. And in this room, you can't actually like hit it. In fact, I don't even think it's in that room, so it doesn't matter. Now, I don't know why you fight him, or I guess maybe you go down there to destroy it and then he comes down there to protect it. So maybe that's what's going on there, but I don't know, it seems kind of foolish that he would go down, go down there and you destroy the thing. Alright, I hear you. The Ring of Sacrifice. It shattered. Alright. So I'm going to put that on. If you can't tell, I actually bought that as well. That's the sorcery ring. It boosts my magic power. Counts for pyromancies, and it counts. Oh, what? I gotta get the key. Counts for pyromancies and sorceries, so it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the thing with Seath, is that I guess he comes down there because you're threatening his crystal. And if you don't know about the Age of Ancients and the dragons, Seath is one of the main reasons why the dragons lost, because the dragons were like immortal because of that crystal, and that's why Seath is immortal when you first fight him, because he has the crystal. Well, basically what ended up happening though to the dragons is that Seath betrayed. He betrayed the dragons, and I guess he stole the crystal, or he gave it to Gwen. That guy can run past you, it's not a big deal. Alright, let's run down here. You can open these doors and stuff, but there's really nothing in any of these cells that is probably worth getting. Probably just some Souls of a Brave Warrior, things like that. I guess if you really want to get them, you can. Now, I really do not like these guys. These guys are pretty awesome for farming humanities, though. What is kind of fun is to have Wrath of the Gods. Yeah, you get Wrath of the Gods, you run down there in the room. Because right now, this is actually kind of abnormal for them to be coming up the stairs. Only when that horrible sound is on. It looks like a record player when you go over there, look at it. But it's like a giant horn. But basically, it plays some type of music that makes these guys aggressive, and they come out of the cell and they come after you. Ow! Son of a bitch. The grab attack that these guys do can be kind of devastating, like that's for sure. Alright, die. Good. Now, if you want to farm for humanities, the best thing to do is to put on the, there's a ring. It's the serpent ring. If you have that on and you have 10 humanities built up, you should be able to farm quite a few. Now, these guys are pretty much like, honestly, if you're going to farm humanities, just do it on the babies, the baby skeletons. Which, that is a really weird place down there. I mean, I never thought of this, but I was doing co-op once with a person who never played the game, and when they seen those baby skeletons for the first time, they said, what does this mean? Like, what were they thinking? I mean, and when you think about it, it's kind of like, yeah, what does this mean? This is all the aborted fetuses of the planet, you know? Like, what's going on here? Really creepy. Now, you need to be careful fighting these guys, or especially if you come back down here and they're in this room. And maybe even if you came down here with Wrath of the Gods, because like I said, you can come in here, they'll all be in the room, and you just Wrath of the Gods them and kill them all. But the problem is that there's always that risk of hitting Logan through the gate, and if you do, you know, you might kill them, so you need to be careful. Alright, but this is our friend Big Hat Logan. He is stuck once again. You know, before he was stuck in Sin's Fortress in a cage. Now he's stuck here, so okay.
Hello again. What a chance meeting this is. Alas, I'm imprisoned once again. I don't suppose you could stage me a getaway. The archives. Such a storehouse of knowledge. So close, but just out of reach. The thought offends me so I could simply die. As a student of the arts, you understand me, yeah? Hello again. What a chance meeting this is. Alas, I'm imprisoned once again.
Okay, yeah, he's just repeating himself. Yeah, we got you. I guess when you rescue him, his dialogue will change somewhat. Now, I'm pretty sure that this area is a no co-op, no invasion area, but I was watching a video and there was a guy who was fighting in here. So, I'm not too sure. You know, maybe you guys can tell me, but I always thought this area was like a no co-op place and a no invasion area. Alright, die. Yeah, if you can't tell, with the Crown of Dusk and that ring that boosts sorceries, my Great Combustions, they hit so freaking hard. From this point on, I can pretty much just use that on every boss and I'll destroy them super quick. Alright, let's get the key. Now we can go up. Now, earlier I said that there's nothing in these cells that is really worth going after, but there is something that you might want to get, which is an armor set. It's the Maiden set. Now there's a Maiden throughout the game. She appears at Firelink and then she goes down to the Tomb of the Giants, and yeah, she's pretty awesome. Basically, if you rescue her, that's how you're going to be able to buy Wrath of the Gods, and that is just one of the best spells in the game. There's no question about it. So you definitely want to rescue her, especially if you're going to have faith. I guess if you don't care about faith magic because you don't even have the stats required, then who cares? But if you're going to try to make like some type of PvP mage build, Wrath of the Gods is definitely one that you want to consider using. Alright, so this guy's coming back down here. Alright, bring it on, bitch. Alright, let's go on up now. Now I'm going to take the time to drop down and get the Maiden set though, because it's really light and it has some good stats. I never use it though because the actual chest piece of it is probably my favorite piece for defense. But the problem is that I just don't like the way it looks. But we'll just have to see. Maybe I'll use it. I still am not 100% on what kind of armor I want for my build. I might go for, you know, a couple heavy armors and like a light armor, or just maybe all light and just use the wolf ring. You know, the truth is with the heavy armors you get way more defense, so yeah, it's something to consider, but you don't really need it for PvP. You know, to have to stack all this physical defense and all that. You don't need to do that. You know, you might make people angry if you are rocking like full giant's armor trying to do PvP. I've done that in the past and I used to get a lot of hate mail because it's really just a chest piece. The giant's chest piece is the one piece that if someone sees that, it just immediately pisses them off. And I have to say that after not using it for so long, if I see it on somebody, yeah, it makes me angry too. I try to be really cool though when I PvP. I never really get angry. At times, there's certain things in the game that can be kind of frustrating to lose to, like dark magic in the Berg, because oh, I forgot. This guy has all this magic defense. Die! What? Oh, oops. I totally messed up. You gotta be careful when you combine spells like pyromancies and miracles, or oh, ow, or pyromancies and what's the other one? Sorceries. So you know, if you have one selected, I don't know why I had Soul Mass selected. I haven't used it once. Okay, so let's go ahead and come up here. I'm not too sure if there's anything up here. If there is anything, it's just going to be a chest somewhere. Let's see. No, there's no chest on that side. You know, it really doesn't matter though, because as long as we're just killing these enemies, who cares? Free souls. I definitely, like I said, I like to do co-op here because as I'm waiting to be summoned, which this place is, at least when I put down my summon sign, I do get summoned quite a bit. And yeah, you know, generally I just run around and kill all these guys, and sometimes I won't kill Seath, like if I'm not trying to get the Moonlight Greatsword, and while I'm waiting to get summoned, you know, I might get invaded, do some PvP, or I might just try invading myself. Now, one thing you can do right here, there's a chest on that bookcase. That will get you a pretty badass crossbow, probably the best crossbow in the game. I'm not a big fan of any of the crossbows though, to be quite honest. They're just a little bit too slow, and you know, on that note, I'm really not a fan of the bows either. Now, if you are rocking a warrior build and you're not really planning on using any type of magic, then yeah, basically the bow is kind of a good option because they don't really weigh much, like maybe 1 pound. And if someone's trying to, like, you know, stay away from you and cast spells, you can finish them off by simply just hitting them with a bow. But the bows in this game are ow, you bastard. Don't hit me. Alright. Die. Got him. Good. Anyway, but yeah, the bows in this game are definitely pretty weak. I really do hope with Dark Souls 2 they're going to make the bow action a lot better. Now that right there was one of the most OP spells. I'm not too sure if they changed it with the patch. I think they probably did. But wow, strong magic shield. That was one of those things where if you were going to use that in PvP, I mean, what the fuck? Basically, it makes you invincible. Once you get that, you literally can beat this game. This game just becomes brain dead easy. Like if you just got the game and you know you want to use something like that, you know, more power to you. I have to be honest, but once you put that on, I mean, you literally become invincible. If you're fighting a boss, you can deal with the boss and not have to worry about, well, anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and loot all this stuff. I want to get this key to let Big Hat Logan out. That way I can just homeward bone, go back down there, and, well, we're going to let him out the cage. Alright, so that's a mimic. This is a mimic chest. I almost opened it like an idiot, thinking this was the key chest. Alright, that thing's dead now. Let's go ahead and open this up. Here's the key. Can't remember what is this. Oh, I got the symbol. Nice. But, oh yeah, that's the enchanted falchion. Pretty good weapon. Alright, so now we're homeward boning back to that original bonfire. So we can go back down to where Logan is and free him. Alright. I guess I'll kill these guys because now that I don't know what to call that, the record player, the giant horn, now that that's off though, those one guys are not going to leave from the cell, and the snake guys will not just run away. It's kind of funny when you first come out, you see those snake guys and then they just run past you like cowards, like, oh no. Alright, now, these squid monsters, I think people believe, are, at least in the lore. See, one thing about Seath, the dragon, is that he's, you know, this is a magical, the Duke's Archives is a magical library, where he does a lot of magical resource. But what he's been doing is, he's been kidnapping women. For some reason, he has, like, an obsession with, like, chicks. He likes to kidnap chicks, and then he does his experiments on them. Now what people believe, and there's a lot of evidence to support this, I guess, so this is probably a fact, is that these things, what they are really, are maidens. And that's one reason why you find the maiden robes here. And that's also the reason why, if you remember, if you kill those two in the corner, which I don't know if those guys respawn, but if you kill those two in the corner, they will actually drop miracles, which is kind of odd. And they're actually really passive. Like, they don't... Ow! Asshole. Yeah, those things are really passive. They don't attack you. And yeah, you kill them, which is kind of wrong when you think about it. They're not really attacking you, and they're really just maidens. But anyway, so they're passive. You kill. Ah, no! Ow! No, let me down! Ow! Hate that attack with a passion. The worst thing is that when there's a couple of them left, or really when there's just multiple of these things, if one grabs you and then you basically, you know, you're getting back up from the grab, a second one can grab you instantly. Ooh, the humanity. Nice. Yeah, so basically, let me finish my thought before we talk to Logan. But basically, these things are maidens. That's why the two over here, they drop miracles, and we find the maiden robes here. And the channelers, those wizards, I guess what they're doing is that they're going to random locations looking for chicks to kidnap and bring to Seath for his evil experiments.
Hello again. What a chance meeting
Oh,
this is.
shit, my bad. Guess we have to open the gate before he changes his dialogue. Alright. Hello.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm saved. That makes twice. I must be sure to repay you. I will visit the archives. If I discover any new spells, I shall share them with you. Prepare to be impressed by the onward march of sorcery.
Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure he tells you about Seath a little bit. I'm not sure if it's here or if it's later.
Hello. Don't mind me. Go on ahead. I'll head out soon. I wish to lay down my plans before I visit the archives.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and come back here. This is a Firekeeper soul, which I only have my flash reinforced +1, which is pretty rare for me. Generally by this point I have it +3, and then that will be +4. I guess I've skipped a couple. I never went down to the New Londo ruins yet to get that, and I didn't get the one in Blighttown. I just totally skipped it. Alright, so by Homeward Boning, that's going to make Logan reset. So now he's going to be located in the archives, and we can buy spells from him. Primarily Crystal Magic Weapon, which is super good spell for like a buff if you are a sorcerer. And what's another one? He sells Crystal Soul Mass and Crystal Soul Spear, which I'm not going to be able to use Crystal Soul Spear. I'm going to buy it because I want to progress his story where he goes crazy and then you get his catalyst. Well, actually, yeah, I think he has to go crazy to get his original catalyst, and then he gets the other catalyst, which is one of the best catalysts in the game. It has so much damage. Ah, leave me alone. Die. Alright. So now let's go ahead and come down here and we'll light this second bonfire. And yeah, once we do that, I don't know, I might end this episode. I'm thinking about it because I still have a lot to do. I have to go to the Crystal Cave and have to fight Seath. And I probably should, like, I don't know, mentally prepare for that. Ow! You bastard, don't want to die. Yeah, one of the worst things about fighting here, especially if someone invades you, is there's that archer. Ow! Leave me alone! There's that archer and then the sorcerer. They can be shooting you if you try to fight in this room. I would definitely say you should not fight in that room if you can help it. If I get invaded here, what I normally do is I run away, you know. I go to like another room where there's no enemies, make them come to me and I'll fight them in there, not out in the open where I'm getting shot at by arrows and soul arrows. It's like, this is bullshit. Alright, let's go ahead and kindle this all the way to 20. And yeah, there's a summon sign there, so I can maybe summon that guy. Alright guys, well I think I'm going to end this episode here though, so I really hope you have enjoyed it. Please like the video for me, I always appreciate that, and you guys have a very nice day. Peace out.